That'll do. So when I was in high school, George Lucas, he updated all the special effects in the original Star Wars, and he put it back out in theaters for a couple weeks. And my friends and I, we had probably seen that original movie at least half a dozen times when we were kids. And that was before DVDs or you could rent VHS. So him putting this back in the theaters was a big deal for us because we wanted to go back and re-experience this movie that we'd seen as children, and now we were going to see when we're nearly adults. And we had this fantastic idea that before we go to the movie, that the four of us were all going to get really stoned. And we hadn't been smoking pot that much, but I had done it enough times where I was starting to notice that when my friends did it, they'd be kind of mellow. And then about half the time I did it, I would experience a lot of social anxiety. And in fact, I could really spin out with just like 2 hits off of a bong. And that's just kind of how it affected me. And on this particular Friday night, the four of us made a pact that we would all smoke the exact same amount of hits. And the number wasn't 2, it was 10 hits. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Okay, so I do not remember the walk to the downtown theater, but in fact, when I say that, I don't mean that I don't remember it now. I didn't remember it then. I vividly recall the feeling of horror when we got to our little downtown theater and there was a mass of people outside all waiting to go in to see this classic movie. And I mean, I was like half the town was there and the other half was still arriving. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, there's classmates, there's some teachers, a lot of kids, their parents, civic leaders. I could swear I could see Governor Brown was in line wearing a robe and swinging a lightsaber. It sounds kind of crazy, but we were 20 miles from the state capitol, so it was actually possible. But I'm freaking out. I am freaking out. And so I give my money to my friend just so he can buy my movie ticket. I just don't want to come face to face with the lady who's in the ticket booth who's grinning like the Joker. So we somehow make it into this crowded lobby without incident, and that's when one of my friends says to me, he goes, I'm going to go find us some seats. You go get us 2 large sodas, and he disappears. Oh dear. So I get in the back of the line for the concessions, and I'm just saying to myself, okay, be cool. Don't do anything stupid, be cool. And then the next thing you know, I'm back, I'm actually in the theater, and I'm in the middle aisle, slowly walking down the aisle, and I have 2 very large Pepsis in my hand. And the lights are still on, there's a lot of people standing, which makes it hard. I can't find my friends. And it's loud. I mean, everybody's talking, and they're not talking about Luke and Leia. I'm pretty sure they're talking about me. And how my eyes are so bloodshot and they're itchy. I mean, they are itchy. And I'm looking for my friends frantically both sides of the theater, and I'm going row by row. And the next thing I know, my feet have hit the wall. A wall? What? A wall. I look up. It's the base of the movie screen. Oh dear Lord, I walked all the way to the front of the theater, and now I'm going to have to turn around and do that walk of dread, but this time I'm going to have to look everybody in the face. Okay, so I turn around, I start to walk up, and they're not talking about me anymore. Everybody's laughing. I mean, wait, no, that's in my head. But it's loud. It's really, really loud, but so loud. Can they hear that? I don't think so. I'm just so nervous. I just lift my arms up to kind of hide my face, but I'm peeking over, looking for my friends. Oh, there's the lightsaber guy. That's not Jerry Brown. It doesn't look anything like him. Where am I? I tell myself, if I don't find my friends by the time I get up to the back of this theater, I'm just going to keep walking all the way home. And I get 2/3 of the way up, and then I see them. They're to the left. Ooh, they're way deep into this row. Okay. I made it this far, I can do it. So I slowly start to work my way into the row. Excuse me, I want to make sure I don't trip over any feet. Excuse me, I'm worried I'm going to spill something on these. I feel like I have 2 gallons of liquid I'm going to spill on someone's head. Excuse me, and then I finally make it to the safety of my seat, my sanctuary. And my friend, he says, dude, what? Where are the drinks? Oh God, I never had them the entire time. So I slowly make my way back to the lobby where I am not, but I make it there and I see the concession line, it's still long. I start heading to the back of it, and before I get there, the woman behind the counter, she spots me. She's like, hey, your drinks, right there. And there's 2 beats, and everyone in line bursts out laughing. And this time it's real laughter. And I look, and there they are, 2 large Pepsis sitting right on the counter. So I walk over and I grab both, and they're real. And all I can think is, did I pay for these? I don't know if I paid for these. But what I do know is at that point in my life, it was absolutely the most embarrassing moment I ever experienced. And so now you all know why now I only drink Diet Coke. Thank you.